So
the pre-show banter, but it's not come up yet.
it takes a little bit of time.
How little bit of time is it?
I don't know.
Waiting.
Was
it 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
No, the delay was like, see, there he goes.
Mine's not doing anything.
I got a little thing that says play.
Where?
It popped up on mine.
Okay, are you on Facebook, YouTube, or what?
No, I'm on YouTube. And I was waiting, and it popped up. See, now I got the live chat.
That's what I'm on.
Okay, you didn't see everything that said play?
No.
Okay. Don't know why. Did you turn on your notifications, though?
I didn't know I was supposed to.
So, what was that? Then what you need to do is do a search for Dude, I Got an Idea, and it should pop up live. Or you should click on the thing that right in front of you, and it should give you a live button.
Okay. Now it did, finally.
Okay, so it's working now?
No, I had to figure out how to do it, because you were no help.
Hey, Paula's on. I see her. See, testing 1, 2, 3. That was at... No, that was at 6:29 p.m. So that was a little while ago.
See, this is all mine is showing. It doesn't show me who's on.
Well, because no one said hi yet in the chat.
Oh.
So, yeah, we're letting people give a chance to join before we start the show. And,
what?
See, I'll say hi.
Who are you going to say hi to?
Well, if I can get my thing to work. Where's the keyboard? There it is. Hi. Bink. So, well, this is our first time. Hey, Paula's on. There. She said, I did it. Laugh out loud. So
it didn't laugh out loud.
No, LOL.
Anyways.
Yeah. So, man, you are really tired tonight because you're usually a big ball of energy.
Yeah, I know. That's why I had that blizzard. I figured if I get enough sugar in me, maybe I'll step it up.
Maybe that's the problem. You're now into food coma. Food coma.
So it's okay, but it's not doing anything.
What do you mean it's not doing? It shouldn't be doing anything but showing you the blue screen right now.
Well, you said you typed something and it showed it. Didn't show me that.
Let me see your tablet. Okay, turn it horizontal. Are you in full screen?
Yep.
Let me see it.
I had to turn it horizontal. Hang on a minute.
You shouldn't be in full screen.
How do I get out of full screen?
I don't know. Let me see your tablet.
Go. Okay, it's out of full screen.
Okay. If you turn it landscape, you should see the show and you should see the comments. Did you get the job, Greg? See? She said. Why are you not seeing live chat? Let me see your. Just hand me your tablet for a minute. Okay, hold on. It'd be easier for me to fix this. So keep talking.
So who said what?
Paula said, "Did you get the job, Greg?"
Oh, it's a tentative offer. I've got to give him a call back and find out when I start.
Okay. Well, that was. Whoops.
What? Did you screw up my tablet?
Hold on.
Because how am I supposed to see the comments if you...
I'm trying to fix that right now. Technical difficulties for Greg when we go to...
Technical difficulties for me.
Yeah.
You're the one who decided to switch.
Are you signed in on your account?
Yes.
So why can't you see the chat?
I give up.
Because you're Greg. I don't know.
See all the stuff behind me, behind the green screen?
Uh-huh.
It's going to become flying over top of the monitors in a minute.
So why can you not see? Oh, because you're going it through Facebook. You're not on the...
Oh, okay, let me have it then.
You need to go into... I know what your problem is.
I pushed the link and it took me to this.
Yeah, but for some reason your tablet doesn't... Do you have YouTube installed?
Yes.
All right, well...
Let me have it back.
Put it on YouTube. Sorry that we're... Oh, Jason's here. Top of the evening.
You told me to go through Facebook to get the link.
So we're waiting a little bit to get...
I did.
I didn't know your tab wouldn't go over to the...
Facebook.
To the other...
It didn't go to YouTube.
Well, mine did. I don't know what your tab's problem is.
I don't care what yours did. Mine didn't.
So it looks like we got a couple of people who have popped on here that made this transition okay. So Jason, Bishop, and Paula, good to see you guys. We're waiting a little bit longer to give people a chance to join a little bit before we actually start the show tonight. Greg is trying to figure out how to use his freaking tablet and see the chat so he can read the chat as well. You got it now?
I have it now.
Woohoo!
But it's not in landscape, it's in portrait.
Well, that's because you were holding in portrait.
Is that going to be a problem?
No, it shouldn't be.
So if I turn it landscape, what does it do? Oh, it puts them on the side.
Yeah. Settle down, kids. Too funny. Old people are just too funny. That's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, well, you should have seen him driving his street sweeper around. People were trying to kill him.
Who, Jay?
Yeah.
Jason? Okay.
Of course, what do? You can tell government employees, they see each other and they stop in the middle of the street and block traffic and go, hey, man, what's going on? It was hilarious.
So we're going to wait a little bit longer. And then
Settle
we're gonna,
down, kids. Lol.
We're going to get this puppy rolling here.
I thought you said there'd be more people.
Well, hopefully they are. Hopefully they could be on and we don't know.
How would we not know?
Well, I show that there's 5 people watching and only 2 making comments. So out of the 5.
But I'm one of them, so that means that leaves 4.
Yeah,
so
that's me.
Paula.
So now there's a 6th person that just joined.
Okay.
So
it didn't say 6 on mine. It says 5 now watching.
No, you don't see it on yours. I see it on the Wirecast software. Shows me how many we're watching.
Okay, so you're on, I'm on. That's 2, so that means 4.
Right.
So we have Paula, Jason.
Yeah, this doesn't tell us who's on until they say hi. So if you're listening and you're new, say hi so we know who you are and watching. Okay, so
I show 6.
Huh?
Oh, I show 6 also.
Yeah.
But you said you showed 5.
Well, somebody joined.
So is it 5 or 6?
I don't know.
I showed 10 subscribed.
Yeah. It's Bob. Hey, Bob. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and click on the little link there that turns on your notifications. So each week you'll get a notification when we
Where's
go live.
the notification link?
It should be right next to subscribe. It's a little bell. That's probably why you didn't get yours.
I just pushed it.
So.
Oh, now I went to another screen.
Don't give this man technology. This is just too hard for him. So. All right, we're gonna go 1 minute. 1 minute. We're gonna go start the show.
The bell is all filled in.
Okay, good. Then you're good. So,
okay, but I had to restart the YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, so you had to restart the YouTube.
Right.
End of the world.
The little button.
Oh my God.
No, it's OMG.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. How about that? Is that better?
Oh my graciousness.
Oh. Okie dokie. So we're going to give people just a little bit more.
See?
7 watching. We're moving up in the world.
I only got 6.
Okay. Well,
how come you got 7?
I don't know. Well, it's just funny because the software says, well, there goes 7. So I don't know.
I still have 6.
Well, because you're retarded. I don't know. you're technically retarded. And yes, I said that. Okay.
But I'm showing only 1 thumbs up. Come on, folks, give us some thumbs up.
So, yeah.
Technically retarded.
Yeah. Here, I'll do a thumbs up.
That's not very nice.
Yay. Okay, so, you ready to start?
Well, I don't know. I'm technically retarded.
All right, we're going to get this puppy rolling.
But now I'm only showing 5 watching.
Okay, here we go.
How come that happened?
Because somebody dropped off.
I thought you said you were going to start. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. Welcome to the Dude I Got an Idea podcast. And this is our first night on YouTube, so let's see how things going. I'm showing that 5 people are watching, regardless of what my retardability on technicalities are. anyways, this is Greg Mason sitting across from
James McEwen.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good.
Did you have a good day at work?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I'm tired. I didn't sleep well last night, and I'm tired now. And it's like, even though I ate that sugar, it didn't help. I'm still like this.
Yeah, that's probably why, because you ate the sugar. So you're like,
no, because I haven't had it hit my system, so I could go up and just laugh and joke and be all that.
Be where you are.
So anyway, so tonight's our first night on YouTube. This is show number 125, and tonight we're going to discuss the Mueller investigation. Now that the information's come out.
But before we get to that,
you have
a little bit of housekeeping. Okay. For those who are new to the show, if you're watching us and you've never seen us before, and you want to go back and see some of the old shows, we have some of the old shows loaded up. I will, over the next couple of weeks, download and upload all of the shows that we've done video-wise, so we'll have the whole video.
Did we do number 1 on video?
No, we didn't start until like show 18.
Can you upload the ones without video and just like put something in the
yeah, I can do. I have to just do that. So we'll get all of our shows up here eventually.
So you're going to do that, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you start with number 1 and move forward instead of going backwards?
Whatever.
Well, because people are going to want to see the beginning.
Yeah, there's just no video on the first 18 shows.
I'm number 1 and you're number 2, right?
So anyway, if you're listening to us or watching us on the live stream on YouTube and you've never seen us before, James and Greg, we're kind of the biggest asshats on the internet. So you know that we've been best friends for 20 years, and we love to discuss things and argue and cut each other off, and it's a good time. We have a small following that has been really loyal to us on Facebook, and they're moving over to YouTube, and so we encourage you out there, if you're listening, to chat and make comments. You can be funny, you can whatever. Just be civil. Don't no personal attacks against anybody in the chat, because that wouldn't be good. But have a good time. Have some fun.
I started to say no attacks on the chat, no matter how stupid somebody sounds.
Anyway, so
here's the thing: everybody has a right to sound stupid, including you, right?
No,
I mean you, broad. I mean,
oh, okay.
Not you in particular. You do too, but
I have a right to sound stupid.
Yeah.
Great. So you had a question here down there.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple
of questions.
Paul says, why am I not sleeping? It's just, I think it's coming back from Vegas, and because I spent a couple of days in Vegas last week.
He ate too much food, and he couldn't digest it all.
Too much food, and then I have a lot on my mind because I've got things are starting to happen really quickly with work, with possibility of a new position. But it's not going to replace my regular job. This is just something else. That was hence the picture that everybody made comments about. And so it's just a lot on my mind. I'm trying to sleep. The alcohol I'm taking isn't working. I'm kidding. So that's the story behind not sleeping. And then Jay says, hey, Greg, what job, George?
Yeah.
What job change?
I don't know if that was a typo or what.
Job, yeah, it was probably a typo. It's Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He has enough trouble with driving those big street sweepers. Anyways, it's just something else that hopefully is going to come through, and I'll be doing that part-time. So, anyways, it's in the travel industry, and I'm really looking forward to it. No more Ubering. If things work through, I'll quit Uber and go to do the other job. So now y'all have it.
So there you go. Now you know.
Okay, so can we go on to the discussion of the topic?
We can do that, yeah.
Okay. Tonight's topic is the Mueller Report. It came out, part of it came out yesterday. Attorney General William Barr did a letter on it, and the whole thing hasn't been replaced. They've got to discuss how much of the report they're going to release and how much they're going to redact, because there's some stuff in there that deals with the grand jury testimony and things like that, and that's all secret. And so they're trying to figure all that out. Of course, the best part is that the Democrats don't like it.
No.
But I got to admit, though, it's government at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 years and over $25 million of taxpayers' money, they found nothing.
Zero butt kiss.
Yeah. Just
nothing.
Absolutely zilch, nine, nix, nuh-uh, didn't happen. There is no Russian collusion in any way, shape, or form. And, of course, that's what they went after. Now, there have been a couple of people convicted for bank fraud and some other stuff that came up during the investigation. But for the most part, and, of course, nobody else will say it, is it appears that President Trump has, for the most part, been exonerated. Now, there is the question of obstruction.
Yeah, and this is what's really interesting is they said there's no evidence whatsoever of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian government officials. And we have found no evidence whatsoever of the Trump administration obstructing the investigations.
Right.
But that doesn't exonerate the president. Wait a minute. You just said you didn't find any evidence of a crime. Isn't that in itself an exoneration?
You would think.
Yeah.
But of course, and of course the Democrats are getting ready to just jump on this and see how much more money they can spend on a useless witch hunt. Mm-hmm. This has truly become a witch hunt. And I'm gonna say something here. Most of you know that my politics lean a little to the right. It leans a little bit more conservative. But I am a registered member of the Republican Party. But I'm going to say something to. Stormy Daniels' lawyer's in hot water now because there's he's supposedly supposed to pay off a client for recovering some money, and he said that he didn't get anything. So now Stormy Daniels' attorney is in trouble. If you don't know who Stormy Daniels is, she's the only prostitute that ever had to pay a rebate had to pay a refund back to the president. So
that's too funny.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was great. Anyways, okay. So going back to this thing with the Democrats, for those of you that are registered Democrats, I'm not going to pick on you. I'm not going to say disparaging things about you. I don't believe in doing that. But what I would say to you is, it is seriously time to rethink who you have in power representing you. If I were a member of the Democratic Party, I'd either be switching or throwing those idiots out of office. They're an embarrassment. They go on this witch hunt for 2 years and they don't find anything. Now, of course, the far left screaming, shouting liberals, they're not going to listen to this anyways, and they don't care. They'll start screaming again because, God forbid, we come up with the facts. But I would be embarrassed to say I was a member of the Democratic Party if I was a Democrat. Mm-hmm. As much as I would be embarrassed to say I was a Republican back when they impeached Bill Clinton for getting a blowjob in a White House. Mm-hmm.
Well, he lied to Congress under oath. That's why they impeached him.
Hang on a sec. I understand that, but you know what? Saying that somebody lied to Congress and they just had that knuckleheaded lawyer Cohen on. Mm-hmm. Come on. And politicians that don't lie, okay, to say it's a lying politician is to be repetitive.
Yeah, true.
Okay? So I'll say that about the whole lying thing, but the truth is the Republicans pushed through this huge impeachment all because Bill Clinton got a blowjob from a young lady in the Oval Office. Mm-hmm. I will say that was inappropriate. He shouldn't have done that. Yes, I'll say that. But at the same time, the Republicans took it too far. The Democrats, I will say one positive thing about the Democrats, and that is that the Democrats are doing 10 times more than the Republicans ever did.
In what way?
As far as this witch hunt for
Trump.
Yeah. The Republicans went after Bill Clinton. The Democrats are doing it tenfold. They're showing that they can screw things up that much more. Mm-hmm. So again, I would say the Democrats really look at who's in office. I'm not saying change parties, not at all. What I am saying is take a look at who's in office, and maybe you need to get them out of there. They're an embarrassment to Congress. They're an embarrassment to the Democrats, and they're an embarrassment to the United States of America, period.
Well, let's see. Paula says...
but we've had a lot of stuff come up, and I haven't even read.
Yeah, Paula says karma. He gets what he gives. Jason says there's no car wreck, but wait, there's evidence there's a car wreck.
Yeah.
Jason says again, $25 million. He could have used that to build the wall.
Well, actually, no, because the wall needed 4.3 or 5.7 or something like that.
And
show me the manual. Show me the man, and I'll show you the crime.
Yeah, I believe that's my brother.
Yeah, it is.
Chiming in. So I doubt that's my dad because my dad has been pretty sick lately. So.
Is he okay?
Yeah, just a flu. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least that's what my mom
but for
says,
his age, just the flu is not good.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Anyway.
But right, it's like, so there's no car wreck, but wait, there's evidence there was a car, but was there evidence there was a car wreck? Was there evidence of anything? The truth is, Hillary Clinton conspired to rig the elections on the Democratic side also.
Mm-hmm. And they have evidence of that.
They have a ton of it, but they're not going after her. It's like, why not? Well, because I think the reason they're not going after her is because they don't want a bunch of suicides right now. So.
Anyway. Paula says they finally saying they may have dirt on Obama, I hear. The only thing that I've seen...
Shit. Okay, I'll tell you. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
So what? Mm-hmm. Okay? I really... And Paula, I love you. So don't take what I'm about to say wrong, because this is just my opinion. I don't care if they have dirt on Obama. I don't care if they have it on Clinton. Let's knock this shit off and get to running the country. Get to doing things that are good for U.S. citizens. Okay? There's a lot of stuff we could earmark this money to go do other things. Let's just put it behind us and say, okay, we're done. Let's move forward. Knock all this crap off on both sides. Okay? I would suggest that's the best way to do it. Yes, I know that that's inviting them to do more. I'd say give them an ollie oxen free, but if it happens again, we're going to hammer you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that, there were some crimes committed that you should definitely look into them.
Yeah, and Paul says they should go after her considering there's more emails found. Again, I guess I'm of the opinion it's like I'm so tired of this witch hunt on both sides that it's like, let's just stop for a minute, regroup, move forward. Let's put some energy into going forward. If Hillary starts doing all this email crap again, lock her up. Not a problem. Okay? But as of right now, I don't know about anybody else, but I think there's a lot of people in the country in the same boat. I'm just tired of all the bullshit.
You want to move forward and get the things going.
Yes.
Yeah. Problem is, they're not going to do that. And they're not going to do that.
Right. Jason says, like voter ID. Exactly. Let's get voter ID in place. Okay? If I got to have a driver's license, if I have to have an ID card and training to drive a car and carry a gun and do my job, by George, getting a voter ID card's not that difficult. I can't get my veterans benefits without some kind of an ID card. I can't get on an airplane without it. But I could go vote without it? No, that's not right.
Yeah, well. Yeah. So.
Paul says, sorry, I can't forgive her what she didn't do for those souls. Now, Paula, I love you because of that statement. If for no other reason, definitely that statement. And she's dead on because of what she did to the leaving those guys behind in Libya. I agree with you, Paul. I really, really do. Benghazi's in Libya.
Yeah, that's the town that we're at.
Oh, I know. And I love you for that. I really do, especially as a former soldier. But
hang on a second. Miss Glinda. Hi, guys. No more notifications. Actually, if you click on the subscribe button down below and click on the little bell next to you, you'll get the notifications every time we go live.
Anyways, Paul, I completely agree with you. It is aggravating for what she did. But again, let's just move forward. I would say don't give her a second of airtime. Ignore her, shut her down, and just tell her, look, you little turd, go away. Pull the chain on the commode, and flush her down and let her go away. Okay. Anyways, okay. I said I was going to do this.
Hold on. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. If we're going to be a nation of laws, and just because you're tired of stuff, you can't let people get away with crime. There were crimes committed, and they should be investigated. They weren't investigated because Obama, and this has been come out, that he told the Department of Justice not to investigate it.
Right.
Now, whether that's a crime or abuse of power, that's a whole different ballgame. But, when we're talking about Hillary and the Clintons, if there's crimes committed, they should be investigated, period.
But let's not make it forefront like we have.
Right.
Hand it over to the FBI and say, okay, go for it. Run it and see what happens.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, so you wanted to talk about...
Yes. This is a summary of Mueller's report. I'm going to paraphrase some of these things,
here.
And I'll quote from it. But go ahead.
Take the mouse so you can scroll at your... I'm passing it underneath your...
Okay, thank you.
So you can scroll at your pleasure.
Scroll at my pleasure.
Keep your hands above the desk at all times,
This is how many pages is it? 4-page?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so 4-page. The first... a lion's share of the first page is taken up by
Thank you,
it's
Paula.
sent to.
She agrees with me. About if there's crimes committed, they should be investigated, period. Yeah.
Okay, so this goes to Lindsey Graham, Gerald Nadler, Dianne Feinstein, Doug Collins. These are all ranking members, House of Committee of the Judiciary ranking members, so on and so forth. Anyways, on Friday, special counsel submitted to me a confidential report explaining the prosecution or declination decisions he had reached as required by 28 CFR, which is Code of Federal Regulations, 600.8 parentheses C. The report is entitled "A Report on the Investigation into Russian Interference in the 2016 Presidential Election." Now, this is William Barr who's saying all this, and this is his letter. "Although my review is ongoing, I believe that it is in the public interest to describe the report and to summarize the principal conclusions reached by the special counsel and the results of his investigation. The report explains the special counsel and his staff thoroughly investigated allegations that members of the presidential campaign of Donald J. Trump and others associated with it conspired with the Russian government in an effort to interfere with the 2016 U.S. presidential election or sought to obstruct the related federal investigations." That's what he's saying, is that this is what the investigation was about, not whether Trump did it or anybody was involved in it. This is what the report is about. In the report, special counsel noted that in completing his investigation, he employed 19 lawyers who were assisted by a team of approximately 40 FBI agents, intelligence analysts, forensic accountants, and other professional staff. Special counsel issued more than 2,800 subpoenas, executed nearly 500 search warrants, and obtained more than 230 orders for communication records, issued almost 50 orders authorizing use of pen registers, made 13 requests to foreign governments for evidence, and interviewed approximately 500 witnesses. Okay, and then it goes on to tell what else they did. Okay, so I'm going to jump down. We're on page 2.
What's interesting and important here is that they did find a number of crimes that had nothing to do with it. So they what do they call it? Referred it to other offices.
Right.
Yeah, I find it interesting that, we're looking for this, but we found that, so, well, you go deal with that because that's not our purview, but, I don't know. I guess you should go after crime wherever it is, I guess, but I don't know. I just think that's kind of strange.
Okay, so the special counsel, continuing on with the letter, the special counsel's report is divided into 2 parts. The first part describes the results of the special counsel's investigation into Russian interference. The report outlines the Russian effort to influence the election and documents crimes committed by persons associated with the Russian government in connection with those efforts. Blah, blah, blah. But here's the last line in this thing. It says, as the report states, the investigation did not establish that members of the Trump campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in its election interference activities.
There's a bit of about a 30-second delay from the time that we see things and speak and you guys hear us because of the technology of encoding and stuff. But I wanted to read a couple of things here. Paul is talking about lock her up along with all the cohorts, or that was Glenda, I'm sorry. Yeah. Agree, investigate the Clinton Foundation. John says, can't turn over to the FBI, made agreements not to investigate the Clintons. Multiple witnesses have testified to this fact. Paula says the FBI is not trustworthy. Glenda says, agree, Paula. So, sounds like there's a lot of rotten apples over there that need to be sorted out.
We have to realize, though, too, is that the special counsel that did this, Robert Mueller, he was left alone. He was allowed to do this on his own. Yes, he worked. He was assisted by the FBI and things like that. But you have to realize that this report doesn't come out of the FBI. This comes out of
the special counsel. Right. Yeah.
If you want to know a little bit of his background, he is the one that was one of the lead investigators on the Lockerbie bombing with Pan Am.
Well, he was a former director of the FBI.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying going all the way back, he was he was the lead investigator on that aircraft when it came in. Anyways, some more of this stuff. Special counsel's investigation determined that there were 2 main Russian efforts to influence the 2016 election. The first involved attempts by a Russian organization, the Internet Research Agency, to conduct disinformation and social media operations in the U.S. designed to sow social discord, eventually with the aim of interfering with the election. As noted above, the special counsel did not find that any U.S. person or Trump campaign official or associate or knowingly coordinated with the IRA effort in its efforts. Although the special counsel brought criminal charges against a number of Russian nationals and entities in connection with these activities. The second element involved the Russian government's effort to conduct computer hacking operations designed to gather and disseminate information to influence the election. The special counsel found that the Russian government actors successfully hacked into computers and obtained emails from persons affiliated with the Clinton campaign and Democratic Party organization, hence all that information coming out, and publicly disseminated those materials through various intermediaries, including WikiLeaks. Based on these activities, the special counsel brought criminal charges against a number of Russian military officers for conspiring to hack into the computers in the United States for purposes of influencing the election. But as noted above, the special counsel did not find that the Trump campaign or anyone associated with it conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in these efforts, despite multiple offers from Russian-affiliated individuals to assist the Trump campaign. So I would take this one step further. I'm reading this that the Russians were actively trying to influence our elections. Would you agree with that?
Well, yeah, and
okay, just yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Second question. Did anyone from the Trump campaign in any way, shape, or form work with the Russians to do this?
No.
Okay. Third question. Would you agree that based upon this sentence, despite multiple efforts from Russian-affiliated individuals to assist the Trump campaign, okay, nobody associated with Trump's campaign worked with them? Okay, because that last line it says that nobody worked with them despite multiple offers from the Russians. So it sounds like Trump and his organization actually rejected these things. Well, not just did they not do it, but when it was brought to them and the offers were made, they said, no, sorry, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. Jason Holmes has joined us. And good to see you on here. I just want to read what he said here. I simply want to see the same standard applied to the Trump as in the past administrations, not the double standard the Democrats have adopted as their norm. Paula says, I think it's not funny, that the Dems cannot realize that Trump won because the people wanted him. Glenda says, no one reasonable believes that Russia hacked the emails. Seth Rich, I think was his name, leaked them to WikiLeaks.
Yeah, but he leaked them, but
Chuck's
where did he get them from?
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. How's it going?
He did it. Yeah.
I did it. I'm here.
Yay, Leffa. So, yay. Well, the thing about the Russians is, and, I remember early on, they had a CIA officer on there. He says, Russians have been trying to mess with our elections since we've had elections, pretty much. This is something that since the 40s or 50s, the Russians have been doing in every country around the world. This is nothing new.
Do you know that I fight Russian influence in my election decisions? Did you know that?
Really?
Oh yeah.
What?
Well, I go out and I read information about them. Okay, and I seek bona fide information, not WikiLeaks bullshit and stuff like that. But I read about President Trump, okay, or Donald Trump at that time. And instead of being influenced by all this stuff, I made a decision myself. That's how you beat the influence.
Oh, wait. You thought for yourself?
Yeah, no kidding. Isn't that a shocking concept?
Did you actually made a decision based on your own research?
And here's what happens when you say, I thought for myself. I thought for myself.
I'm waiting for the...
Shh. What? Right, did you hear that? Everybody went...
I'm waiting for the thought police to kick in the door and drag you away for admitting that you thought for yourself. All right, so let's see.
So it goes on. Read. I'm going to just a little bit more of this. Now, it goes into obstruction of justice, and it says the second part addressed a number of actions by the president, most of which have been the subject of public reporting, that the special counsel investigated a potentially raising obstruction of justice concerns. Now, after making factual concern of these matters, special counsel considered whether to evaluate the conduct under the department standards governing prosecution and declination decision, but ultimately determined not to make the traditional prosecutorial judgment. The special counsel therefore did not draw a conclusion one way or the other as to whether or not the examined conduct constituted obstruction. Okay? So everybody's saying, oh, well, they didn't decide whether or not. It's like, here's the thing is he said, you know what? We set it to guidelines and we decided just that we couldn't find it. Have a nice day. At least that's the way I'm reading this. Now, here's what I'll also say. I'm going to stop reading here in just a minute, but get out there, read this thing for yourself, make your own decision, figure it out. Yes, the Russians tried to influence the election. Okay, have we not tried to influence elections in other countries? Yeah, a couple of times.
I mean, everybody does that. I mean, it's like, okay, so Glenda says WikiLeaks never puts out anything untrue. I think she's being sarcastic. I hope that she's being sarcastic. Because I don't know how much of the WikiLeaks stuff can be verified as true or untrue. Jason says Democrats want to scream about the Russian influence, yet the Democrats actively allow immigrants to vote in illegal I'm sorry, illegals to vote in our presidential elections. Sounds like an election tampering to me.
Well, Chuck says, you know, had you or I done what Hillary did, we'd be at Leavenworth. Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Well, hello, you know, he who has the gold makes the rules. Look at the scam with the college entrance, you know, scam with all the rich people. There'll be a big whoop-de-doo about it, but I doubt anybody's going to really see any time or any. Their lawyers should get them off or whatever. You know, there will be.
You know, well, and your brother says the CIA messes with our elections. Look up Operation Mockingbird. Government-funded propaganda was legalized during Obama. You know.
Well,
yeah, and Chuck says, no, we've never influenced any election. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I would say that this pretty much vindicates him. Let's move forward. Yeah, and I will kind of to soften what I said earlier. Yeah, I'd say go after the people. Yeah, do that. But you know what? Put it on a back burner. Let them do it. We don't need to have this up front where everybody's screaming about it. Not that idiot Pelosi and not that knucklehead, you know, not her pet Schumer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the young congresswoman from New York.
No, I will not. I refuse to talk about her.
Because she's such an idiot?
No.
Why?
I refuse to talk about her because anytime I even think about her, I feel dumber for the thought. Okay? Because when I listened past tense to her talk, I would get headaches and I would feel stupider.
Well, you know, we're kind of diving a little bit into what the people are saying or talking about illegal immigrants voting and you know, it's interesting is the Democrats want to lower the voting age to 16.
Right.
And
if you make the pool larger, maybe you can win something.
Well, yeah, and I saw the a meme on Facebook that was great that had it says Democrats want to make the voting age to lower the voting age to 16. Meanwhile, 16-year-olds and have these two knuckleheads on top of a roof pouring gasoline down and lighting it and then lighting themselves on fire. Yeah, you're pretty much an idiot at that age. So I can't believe we allow them to drive, let alone you want them to vote. You know, so and you know I was 116 and I was an idiot at that age. So and I have teenagers, so I'm going to say with some amount of authority, yeah, most teenagers are idiots at that age. You know, I don't know. I think
Glenda actually said she's not being sarcastic. WikiLeaks has all been verified.
Has it? I don't know. So
I don't know if it's. Here's the thing. I don't know if it's true, but it's also where they put stuff out. So I don't know enough about WikiLeaks at all to make a comment.
I don't spend enough time searching WikiLeaks either. I'm very leery of what comes out on the internet because it's the internet. I mean, any knucklehead with a a website and. I mean, look at these two asshats here. Yeah. We're out here on the internet. We don't
even have a website.
Yeah. But we got cameras and microphones.
And John says down in California they let illegals vote.
Yeah.
Really? That's nuts. Mm-hmm. If they're illegal aliens, why do they have the right to vote? I can't go to France and vote in their elections if I illegally immigrate there. I'm not even sure I can vote right away when I immigrate there legally.
Mm-hmm.
What it is? YouTube would not let Jason post the word treason a few months ago.
Paula says, did you see that Alan Kruger committed suicide? HRC strikes again.
Yeah. I saw a meme
I don't know who
Hillary
Alan Kruger was, but
I saw a meme showing Hillary crying, and she said, you know, that she was really saddened by the impending suicide of Mr. Mueller. Or Muller, or however you say his name.
Chuck says, you mean the internet could be fake? Yeah. It's like that commercial with the guy. He's a French model, you know. Yes. Yeah, the internet never lies. There's nothing untrue on the internet.
This report has been released. The report hasn't been released completely. They've got some legal challenges that they've got to go through to make sure it gets out there. I say just release the whole damn thing. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and release it. You know, why not? I know that the grand jury presentation is supposed to be secret and things like that. But I say, what the hell, go ahead and release it. And I keep going back to, I'm sick and tired of hearing about this crap. Mm-hmm. Our country has not moved forward because of this witch hunt.
Well, and I'm going to go back to Democrats and the elite group of Democrats. I'm not going to paint every Democrat out there with the same brush, but the elite group, the controlling group of Democrats, they think with emotion and knee-jerk reactions and what's best for them. They don't think logically. They don't look at numbers. They don't look at facts because those go against how they feel. And it's all about how they feel and how it makes me feel.
Well, and what they've been doing is embarrassing. Mm-hmm. the screaming and all the other stuff that's going on, it's like, oh my God, get these people out of office.
No, we're not talking about Chuck about Greg being a French model.
Congratulations, Chuck.
That's number one.
That's about 4 of them. Okay. Chuck is the only one I know that can take a serious conversation we're having about, because this thing, it's a serious conversation, and he just, woohoo.
Okay, so Paula says he was an economics aide to both the Clinton and Obama. You have to wonder about all the suicides around them. I mean, let's just
either somebody's killing them, or
here's the thing.
They're so embarrassed that they were part of.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe they're really off on
themselves. Let's take the conspiracy out of it, and let's give them the benefit of the doubt that these are real suicides.
Yeah.
Man, what kind of people are the Clintons and the Obamas that so many people around them kill themselves?
But why do people kill themselves? Because they just think there's no getting out of what they're associated with. Mm-hmm. So sometimes pedophiles kill themselves and they're put in prison. Why? Because something's going to happen. Maybe it's the same thing with these people around the Clintons. Somebody says, "Weren't you associated with the Clinton?" Nope. They go home, blow their brains out. Mm-hmm. They don't want to be. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just making a suggestion.
John says, "Be careful. YouTube has standards you may be violating by going too hard right." I guess. Do they have like a scale of what is right and what is left? I don't know.
Glenda says, "James, are you suggesting they're Democrats?" Yeah.
No, I'm suggesting that they're idealistic people that live in their own world and care about themselves, and they care about feelings, and they don't necessarily care about facts or what reality. It's a whole different mindset. Glenda says, how do you suicide yourself with 2 gunshots in the back of your own head?
Magic. Magic bullet. I'm learning to move on and not worry about it. That's what
missed the first time.
Yeah, it is. It's sad that these people. It's sad that people are committing suicide, but when that many committing suicide around you,
you really have to wonder.
Yeah, I mean, really do.
Is someone whacking these people and they're calling it suicide, or is it just so bad to have been associated with these people that you take your own life? To me, it's amazing, but. Anyway, that's not what the show is about. What the show is about, the Mueller Report. But I still go back to, and I find it really interesting that, and I said this earlier, that the way that they've written this up is that we've found no evidence of the president colluding. We have found no evidence of him obstructing justice or any of the federal investigations. But that doesn't exonerate him. Yeah. I'm going to put the question out to you guys now that more of you, hold on. For more of you are out there now listening to us that may have missed it at the beginning of the show. Lack of evidence of a crime. If you're charged with a crime and they can't find any evidence against you, whether you did it or not, let's just go with there's no evidence of it. Is that not an exoneration in itself? Say, we can't find anything. We can't charge
it. It is.
Yeah. To me, that's pretty good.
And Jason brings up a good point. He says, for all the Dems posturing, they don't want the report out there. The meat of the report would bring the Democrats to their knees. The Dems don't concern themselves with facts.
Yeah, well, they don't. They're a feel-good cult, and I'm talking, again, the elite, because I know a lot of good Democratic people out there that vote Democrat and that believe in Democrat, and a lot of them are getting really angry because they feel like the party that was supposed to be the party of the people, the party for them, for the little guy, the blue-collar worker, has been hijacked by these weirdo elites.
For as much as they're claiming that the Republicans are the elites, the truth is the Democrats are certainly showing their elite colors. And it goes even further when you start talking about this whole college tuition scandal. Those people are all Democrats. And they were clear, super supporters of the Democratic administrations, but they're using all their eliteness to get their kids into Harvard and the other schools.
Yeah. I got to read some of these. And for those who were maybe watch this later on that haven't seen the show before, because we were interactive with the people, and we also do record the audio and put that out as a podcast out where you can get it on iTunes or SoundCloud or anywhere you get your podcast. A little commercial for us. They can't see the comments. That's why we stop and read the comments, because we know that you guys are listening and reading the comments. You see each other's comments, but the people out there listening in the podcast land can't. So, okay. So.
Glenda says the Clintons have whacked more people than an 80-year-old prostitute.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. John says it's called politics, and you have to throw them a bone.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay.
Dems are going to nitpick at anything in the report and continue to waste our money investigating. Yeah.
Dems are.
Paul is laughing at Glenda's.
Jason says Dems are charged as search of a criminal. Okay.
Yeah, they're a charge in search of a criminal.
Yeah.
As opposed to a criminal in search of a crime.
Right. Chuck says Ronald Reagan comment, he didn't leave the party left him. Yeah. And I know there's a lot of Democrat people who are Democrats that feel that way about the Democratic Party.
And I go back to that thing, I'm not telling you to leave your party, but I'm telling you to take a good long hard look at who you got out there. I would be embarrassed. It's like right now I'm so glad that I could say I'm a Republican. Mm-hmm. Or actually, I would more say I'm not a Democrat.
Well, I like to say I'm independent. I'm not party affiliated because I like to vote for the person. But
the point I'm trying to make is I can say, yeah, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not associated with those idiots over there.
Well, there's a lot of idiots on the Republican side too. I'm a big proponent of we need to get term limits voted in, even though they'll never get voted in because
we have a relatively conservative city council here in Lacey.
Yeah.
They're doing their best to ban bikini baristas.
Yeah, I know. We need to.
And they got that guy on it too. That he's saying, you know what? I have personally, I
should have had that.
Frequented each bikini barista at least once in Spokane.
Yeah, each establishment at least once. Yes, that's what he said.
I've frequented one.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, this is our second or third show.
Where
we talked about
bikini baristas.
And now they're trying to ban them here in Lacey. So we're going to try to. There's a gal that owns a bikini barista here. We're going to try to get her on the show before the vote and talk about that. But anyway,
it's
Jason says he just bought himself a Trump 2020 hat.
Yeah. My favorite a friend of mine at church wore a shirt, and he's it's Ian, our Christmas tree light guy. Mm. He's a over the top supporter of Trump. Great guy, and I love him to death. He wore a shirt to church last week, not yesterday, but last week, and it said, "Promises made, promises kept." Trump 2020. And one of the promises he made was to drain the swamp. And boy, he is showing clearly to everybody, Democrats and Republicans alike, and independents,
like him or hate him,
what these politicians really, who they really are, and what they're doing.
Yeah, love or hate Trump, whatever you feel about him, he is doing what he said he would do, which that's refreshing. You may not agree with what he's doing or what he said he was going to do, but he's doing what he said he would do.
So John asks,
how much money?
Did city money spent to? Hey, well, he only frequented once. Now, okay, that's a contradiction in terms because if you frequented it means you went several times.
Yeah, he frequented each establishment.
I think what happened was he realized what he said
and tried to correct it.
Yeah, frequented it, and he thought it doesn't sound good. At least once. You can't frequent something once.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think probably when he pulled up, he would breathe. This guy sounds like the type of person. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying he sounds like the type of person that would lick the glass on the bikini barista stands.
But it's not popular where he is, and therefore, he has to do the political thing.
Chuck says the swamp isn't being drained; it's just being exposed. I agree, Chuck, completely. Mm-hmm. It's our job to drain it.
Yeah, unfortunately, for some reason, the electorate keeps voting in the same idiots over and over and over. Yeah. If we can't get term limits imposed, we need to impose them ourselves as voters. We need to go out and work against these people and get them out of office and get new, fresh blood in there. But not too new or too young. I used to think being young and idealistic was a good way to go, and we should have young blood in there. Well, the Congresswoman from upstate New York, which we will not say her name, because Greg doesn't want to feel stupid, lose IQ points. Maybe
just the fact that you allude to her.
Maybe it's not such a good idea to vote people in that young, especially from this generation, because I don't know, man. There's a lot that's wrong with us up and coming generation. I'm sure every generation said that about the one coming behind it, but this one is I'm going to pick on the younger people for a little bit.
Well, yeah, but even the older ones do stupid things. That Spokane City Council person. Mm-hmm. I just.
Well, he's just an idiot,
whatever.
But let's see. Glenda says, bringing the cockroaches out into the light. Jason says, I just want to live with my brother without being scorned for doing it my way. Chuck says, how do we protect the term citizen? And John says, constitutional Congress spank Congress.
Hey, something else, too.
Our constitutional convention.
I'm starting to hear this. There are several states that have rejected the Electoral College.
Mm-hmm.
And the Electoral College, if you really look it up, it's designed so that each state is represented.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we just went by popular vote, we would have a hell of a time because New York, California, Texas, and what's the other state?
Florida.
Be dictating to everybody else who's in the office.
You would have the problem that we have here in Washington State when it comes to referendums. One county in the state has enough population and enough like-minded idiots, useful idiots, that they pass all sorts of stupid stuff that affects the whole state.
Yep.
Yeah. Drives me nuts.
Anyway.
Jason says, come on, Greg, just say it. There's been a lot of talk, Jane's minimal action. That's true, very much so.
Paula says that she thinks Bernie will get elected. I don't think so. He's too much of a milquetoast.
Well, they say because elected due to the generation that it's all about the free stuff. Yeah. I don't think so, because there's enough of us older folk that are going to, work against that. And personally, the idea of socialism scares the living crap out of me.
It works so well in Venezuela.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the useful non-thinking people. Is that the politically correct term now that we're supposed to use for the useful idiots? What?
So I just got a message offline from somebody that you and I both know.
Oh.
Eric.
Eric? Okay.
From Verizon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew him.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric and I were in the Army together.
Okay, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just sent me and he says, so I'm checking out the dude, I got an idea.
Oh.
And I realized I know James too. What the heck?
Yeah, I used to work for him at a certain point. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Get back to it. It says they've got more people than they get more representation. Yep. Yes, 70% of the electric needs to go. I would allow for 30% of new blood that haven't had a chance to accomplish anything yet. Chuck says we should ask Bernie for his money. Yeah, no doubt. Bernie and his $400,000 car that he got from his campaign money. Yeah. Well, absolute power absolutely corrupts. So.
It's right. And the thing is Bernie. It has to do. It has to do with the same thing that the Democrats do as far as Bernie's concerned. The facts don't matter. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear and what you think you need to hear and so on and so forth so that I'll be popular, etc. And then you're going to vote for me because you think that, I'm the guy, when in reality he's not. Bernie is no different than a lot of these other politicians that are out there. And understand I'm using the term politicians, not Democrats or Republicans.
Right.
That they are. There's a lot of politicians. Don't get me wrong. There's some great politicians out there. And I know a couple of them. Okay? But for the most part, politicians are lying, cheating scumbags.
Well, it's like the old joke, how do you know a lawyer's talking? Well, it's the same thing with politicians. How do you know a politician's lying?
Yeah,
his lips are moving.
His lips are moving, right.
Let's see. Paula says young voters don't care about any of that. Seriously, worries me. Him or Creepy Joe. Not okay. Creepy Joe Biden?
Yeah. Boy, if I did that, I would... Anyways, I'd end up locked up. Paul says young voters don't care about any of that. Seriously, it worries me. Yeah, him or Creepy Joe, not okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing is that they don't worry about this stuff. They just worry about what they want to hear. So you want to lower the voting age? What the hell is with that? That's stupidity at best. Bernie is just, Bernie's just another puppet on a string.
Let's see. Dems say that Trump would have to accept the outcome of the election. Shouldn't they apply this to the report? Yeah.
Here's the thing: is that Dems said that Trump had to accept the results of the vote, and then he wins, and then they said we don't accept him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy! Now, of course, they're putting this up against the report, and he accepts it, and they aren't. And they were the ones saying how the Dems 2 years ago were saying how wonderful Mueller was and how he was going to do this great investigation, and he'd show the world the truth. Well, they trumpeted it from on high.
John says something interesting here. Limousine liberals. Our Nancy Pelosi wants to ban our guns while surrounded by 4-armed bodyguards. Yeah, well, that's the way it always is, because you don't want the little people to have the ability to defend themselves from you. And that's what it comes down to. They don't want the little people, the people they consider to be lesser people. And
we are not the elites. Therefore, you're either elites or little people, regardless of gender, race, colors, nationality, sexual orientation, whatever.
Have you ever seen, I just popped in my head, little people. Have you ever seen the My Name is Trinity, or They Call Me Trinity, or Trinity is Still My Name, Western movies?
Yeah.
You know, the second one where he goes into town with his brother and they meet this little Mexican guy, and he's all beat up, and they're asking about who did this, and he's like, well, you know, the guys up at the church, you know, the banditos. So he goes up there. He says, so he calls him a peon, and he's like, well, yeah, they really peoned us. We are peons. So I was thinking about peons, and that's how they look at us. We're the peons. If they could, they'd pee on us, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Or and they try to crap on us as often as possible. Or
what was it? The Man Who Would Be King. They talk to the tribes, and they say, "Well, yeah, the tribes upriver, we don't like them because they come out and pee and poop when we're trying to bathe in their river." And so they go to the next tribe, and the next tribe says, "Yeah, we don't like the guys upstream because they do the same thing." Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we're coming down to it. We need to wrap this up for tonight, but. So what do you guys think? Yeah, we're on Facebook.
Why does Greg look hammered? Okay, Paul, can you explain it to Chuck? Because he wasn't here in the beginning. I haven't been sleeping the last couple of days. It's been
because Greg went to Vegas and he had a little too much fun and he ate too much food, and so it's processing
it's not
through.
The food coma. I got a lot of sleep there. Trust me, I got a lot of sleep there. But it was just coming back, and we're going into cleanup week at work, and all kinds of other stuff was going on. My Jeep was in the shop. I finally got it back today.
You should tell him what happened to you at work. When he came back.
Oh, do you have pictures?
Yeah, I'll have to upload them. But
you have to post them. So I came back to work, and everything in my office was gift wrapped.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. And
it was kind of interesting. I had to unwrap, and I didn't unwrap everything yet, but I had to unwrap my desk and my keyboard and my computer. The monitors weren't wrapped, but my trash can wasn't wrapped. But everything else, my inbox, my outbox, everything was wrapped in Christmas paper. Did it come through at all?
Yeah,
it was, as I walked in, it was pretty funny, and it was, I got
it's a big pretty bright on the screen, but yeah, we there were some jokes going on, and
there were some jokings going on.
Well, and
James was at the lead.
No, I was not the lead. I was just the one who provided the. I was material support.
Material support. Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah, I provided the wrapping paper.
I did appreciate who did it. I thought that was great. It was wonderful on his part to get picked on and all that stuff. Connor's a great guy, and
well, and there's another part you need to tell. Greg, you've been buying extra spare tires for your Jeep.
Oh, okay.
How many spare tires do you have for your Jeep now?
23.
Okay.
So I've been buying extra tires because I drive it so much for Uber, I've been wearing them out. So I'm concerned about the cost of new tires. And I went out on the internet and I've been able to find sets of tires for Jeeps on these aluminum rims, which are expensive, and have been able to buy quite a few of them for. I have 23 tires, including a set of studded tires. They all have 70 or 80,000 miles to go on them, very low mileage, including a set that's brand new. And I've spent $650, $700 for 23 tires, which means I'll be driving on tires for a long time.
But now Greg is coming into the office, and he's talked about this.
So I've talked about this, and including the studded set that Dan got for me. Dan.
Now, part of your job.
No, Don got for me. Part of my job is to clean up different parts of Fort Lewis, and there's tires out there that we pick up and we throw away.
Right.
So these knuckleheads, they loaded up my truck with a whole bunch of tires, and they loaded up one of the other trucks.
We found a bunch of tires, and we put them in his truck, and it's like, Greg, we found tires for your Jeep. So that's become the running joke at work. Is the
so of course every time I find it, I'll find a tire, and then James took a picture of me next to one the other day. And I was like, yeah, a tire.
We wouldn't pick that up. That's one of the tires. That's one of the tires. Yeah, it's one of the tires in the back of your truck. So
I believe it.
Yeah. So. I have that picture.
Your day will come, smartass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there. Nope, that's not it.
Yeah. Okay. There. The picture came up showing the tires. Yeah.
Here's Greg finding tires. Gotta hold it so you can see it.
You gotta enjoy it. Okay.
So that's great.
Anyway,
so that's what happened to Greg today. So
that's why I look wasted, Chuck, because I'm tired. And Greg said Studded. That's
Studded.
5. Anyway.
So, we're going to wrap this sucker up and then let you guys
here's
get on
the thing is when you work with your best friend, everything goes to a whole new level.
Yeah, it does. Well, here's the funny thing is that I've been there a month now today. Do you realize that? I started on the 25th last month.
Oh, have you been?
Yeah.
Today's not the 25th, it's the 24th.
It's the 25th.
No, today's the 24th. Isn't it?
No. It's
we've
Monday
only been
the
there
25th.
4 weeks, not a month. A month is 4.3 weeks.
Whatever. Close enough.
Anyways.
30 days. Anyway, so...
yes. You know who's not here tonight?
Who?
Frank.
Yeah. He might be busy.
Okay.
So, anyway, you blew my train of thought. Oh, here's the thing. I've been there for a month, or almost a month.
Right.
Short of a few days, if you want to call it a month. And Whatever. Anyway, so the ideas to mess with Greg, which we called Operation Mess with Mason, by the way, didn't come from me, the best friend. They actually came from two different people in the office. My boss
here's the thing is that
and another coworker.
They came from who?
Well, the tires was Don's idea,
right?
And Connor,
and one of the other inspectors,
right. One of the other assessors.
Here's the funny part, though, too, is Don and I are good friends, and we've worked. Our friendship has grown since we started working together, and he's helped me on quite a few projects, and he has been absolutely invaluable. And after the Amtrak thing, at the tail end of it, Don and I worked very, very closely on a lot of it, and he did just a hell of a job for me. And I wrote a very nice letter for him to his side of the house, saying, "Hey, look at what he did. He was helpful. He was invaluable to me." And you know what they did for him?
Nothing. Yeah.
0.
Chuck says, James is a garbage man too? No, actually, I work in environmental compliance. I go around and check and make sure all the hazardous materials and hazardous waste being handled properly. And when we're bored and we have nothing to do, we go out and support Greg and help him with his job and throw tires in his truck and irritate him.
So Chuck says Frank is probably trying to figure out how to get on this forum. Yeah, okay, I agree. But God forbid he hears me say that. So anyways, Paula's brought up something. We'll bring that up at the end, though. See what you brought up? Yeah. Let's make sure we do that at the end.
Okay.
So we discuss that.
Chuck, how closely invaluable. Actually...
Chuck, I'm going to call Shelley.
Chuck, the person we're talking about here, well, he would actually appreciate that joke. He would laugh at that.
Who Don would?
Yeah, he would. He would laugh at that. He would think that would be pretty funny. So, anyways,
let's see. Here's the thing, though, is that they never did this until you came on board.
What?
So I think you're egging it on,
with
too.
Chuck?
Yeah. No, not Chuck. You.
What, me?
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with that other than...
I think you did. I think that you have
I have given... They must
passively, aggressively...
given them permission to screw with you because I'm there now?
because you talk about it.
Oh, okay.
And of course, they see the friendship you and I have in the office.
Well, I think they're like, oh... we can mess with Greg now because we can blame it on James, and he'll be okay with it because James will be on board, and I am. So yeah, they got a pretty good plan.
I think actually what it was is they weren't sure how I would react.
Yeah,
they weren't sure because of the fact that they're contractors, I'm a GS, and they were a little bit concerned about. And if they had done it before, also I don't think they knew me well enough. And then you came on board and they really saw things. And so of course Thursday lunchtime will be fun.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get this wrapped up. So
Thursday we're having lunch. We're going to go out and give James herpes.
Yeah,
herpes. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So
she's listening. Oh, that's great. Yeah, but is she reading what you're typing? Anyways,
the bromance. Yeah, it all started with bromance. the guy love song.
Chuck, am I still using hunting cameras? No.
Scapegoat James. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But a willing scapegoat.
First off,
yeah.
Paul's brought up something.
Yeah, let's get
it's important. I'm going to talk about that here real quick. Today is National Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day. Okay, it's for her daughter, and so please be aware of it. For those of you that believe, pray. I'll say that every single time. God can do fantastic things and wonderful things, no doubt. Anyways. So,
why would I make goat noises, Chuck? don't know.
Why'd you ask that? You should that.
I just thought make goat noises, James. So
we got to shut this show down before he can respond.
Eric has joined. He's been listening to us, and he made a comment. Doing great. Thanks, Eric. We appreciate it. And yeah, if you go to the Facebook page, dude, I got an idea. You can see all the previous shows. There's some of our previous shows on here, and we didn't start doing video until about show 18. So if you want to listen to any of the audio of the early shows, you want to go back to iTunes or SoundCloud or anywhere you get a podcast, that's all out there. Just do a search for "Dude, I Got an Idea," and you'll find it. So
yeah. So of course you got to understand though that Eric and I served together in the Army years and years ago, and then James worked for Eric. Did you work for him when we knew each other?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was over. Gosh. It was 2007 to 2010.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what it was.
Late 2007, 2010.
So very, very small world. Eric works as a supervisor somewhere, and James went to work for him. So that was kind of interesting. Oh, thanks, guys. Fun. Still,
yeah, I can only take so much Greg at one time. I know that too.
Still say lock her up. Thanks.
Recyclable goat. Okay. All right. Well, let's get wrapped up. So big shout out for Paula and for the National Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day, making aware for her daughter. So big shout out there. Greg?
Shout out to, shout out to both my kids. I just can't, I never can say that enough. Anyway, so shout out to them. Shout out to Thurston County Sheriff's Department. I discussed this before. One of their deputies had a stroke, and he's awake. His eyes are open. And there are some very long uphill struggling roads ahead of him and his family. That's all that I can say about that. I'm not going to release any more information. It's not my place. So please keep the Thurston County Sheriff's Department in your Thurston County Sheriff's Department and one of their deputies in your thoughts and prayers, please. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I just want to read Chuck says, so sorry, Eric. Welcome to the strange and wonderful group. Yeah, we are strange and wonderful, that's for sure. We are the biggest asshats on the internet.
I'm wonderful.
Hey, there we go. We're dual act. Actually, we are. So anyway, big shout outs this week. Not really for me.
Chuck wants to know his final tally.
Well, he wanted to know how many shut ups he got.
Wait. No.
For those who have not listened to the show before, Chuck has started a new thing of saying things to get Craig to say, shut up, Chuck. Yeah. And so it's become, he's trying to rack up scores now. So, in fact, I have a little scoreboard. I think next week.
We used to get one of those little counters. Ding.
Well, I can do that. I can put that up on screen. I just have to program it in. So I think I'll do that.
Everyone Chuck will say something, we'll go ding.
Yeah, I'll put that up. I'll make that work for next week. So we'll have a shut up, Chuck counter. So, Chuck, you got to be on next week and then make lots of comments to.
It is good to see everybody here. Glad you came over to YouTube, and we're grateful that you're here, and we're grateful that you watch us. For anybody else out there that's going to see this after we shut down, please don't hesitate to join us on Monday, and we can go forward from there and we talk some more. It's a lot of fun, as you can see. We have a great time. So.
And the big thing is, remember, now that we're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit the little notification button so you get the notifications of when we go live. We go live Monday nights at 7 p.m. at
Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, Pacific Time. Well, what daylight savings time now? We switched.
Whatever.
Anyway, so let's wrap this puppy up and move on to sponsors real quick and get out of here.
Okay, sponsors, tin-soldier.com, you'll do, I will do, Amazon.com, and the Hammers War series booklets.
Booklets, really?
Books. Catch, I'm going to throw the mouse to you. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, Hammers War series, it's written by James S. McEwen, my knuckleheaded friend sitting next to me here, or across from me. Incredible, great, wonderful. There's a lot of words I could use for it, but it is absolutely a good read. And it is science fiction for those who don't like science fiction. It's a fun story. It's got humor as well as some tough times in it and things like that. It's great character development. And I will tell you, I'm the first one to tell you, the first book an author writes is a struggle. After that, they start getting better and better, and James is definitely showing that his work gets better and better. Hammers War series on Amazon.com. You can pick it up in paperback, or you can get it electronic read, on Kindle or something like that. But Hammers War series, 5 books. Forging the Hammer is the first one. Dimension Shift is the second one. Third one is First Strike. Fourth one is Hammer's Commandos. Right now, we've got The Secrets of Jabalba. We're trying to wrap that up on editing. It's my fault. It's been a little slow. And James has already started the sixth book. What is the sixth book called?
Our Darkest Days.
Our Darkest Days.
Yeah, it's kind of the little spoiler alert. It's kind of the Empire Strikes Back,
type of thing.
Type of book. That's where the bad guys get to win for a while. So
okay. Anyways, Hammer's War Series by James S. McEwen. Do not hesitate to look for it. Get out there and read it, and I believe you'll enjoy it.
It's a good read. It's a lot of fun. So.
Yep, sure is. James.
Yeah, Paula says keep posting to Facebook to remind us. Oh yeah, Facebook will still be our home, and we'll still make posts there and stuff. It's just we're going to be broadcasting on YouTube because it's easier for people to find us, and we're trying to build a bigger audience. So, which we already did tonight. So we had some new people join us tonight. So, tin-soldier.com if you're into wargaming or collecting miniatures, or you like building paper buildings for dioramas, or whatever you're into when it comes to any type of miniature stuff, you want to check out tin-soldier.com. They are the longest running manufacturer of original miniatures in the United States. They've got lots of stuff on their website, and they got science fiction, fantasy if you're a D&D player, if you're into just collecting. One of the popular sets right now, it has been for a while, is firefighters. They actually have a firefighter set, and they have a baseball set, baseball players, and those are really popular, especially as gifts. So anyway, check out tin-soldier.com. All right, Greg.
Can't think of anything else. Take care of one another. Have a great week. And we will see you next Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel, as they used to say. What'd you do?
I knocked the mouse off. Now
I was going to say because my screen just went blank.
Yeah, because I was trying to pull up the
finishing.
Yeah, a little finishing music here.
Have a great week. Take care of one another, and we will see you next Monday.
James? Yep, we're out of here. And yeah.
Good night, everybody. You guys take care.
Take care.
Bye.